For so many South Africans, the number 350 is a huge deal. It's a critical lifeline. But what if that number wasn't just about getting by? What if it was actually the key to building something completely new? Today, we're going to dig into how a small grant can be the seed for a really big future. And there it is, 350 Rand. That's the monthly amount for the Social Relief of Distress Grant, or the SRD grant. Now, it's designed for temporary relief, for sure, but a growing number of people are looking at this amount and seeing something more than just support. They're seeing a start. And look, that's the common way to think about it, isn't it? That this is the absolute bare minimum, a safety net that's just there for survival. But is that all it can be? Does the story really have to end right there? Well, this is the powerful idea we're exploring today. The idea that this grant isn't an endpoint at all, but a starting block. With the right mindset, it can actually be the very first brick in building a sustainable future for yourself. This shift in thinking has started a whole new trend, In a tough economy, people aren't just waiting around for things to happen. They're creating their own opportunities. And this is what we're calling the rise of the R350 entrepreneur. So what exactly is an R350 entrepreneur? It's pretty simple, really. It's someone who looks at this grant and sees seed capital. They're taking relief funds and turning them into an investment in themselves, planting the seeds for their very own small businesses. And this really gets to the heart of it, right? I mean, every single major company you can think of started with just a small idea and often with very, very little money. It's such a good reminder not to be put off by a small amount because it's the starting point that truly matters most. Okay, so enough of the theory. How do you actually do it? Let's get practical. Here are 5 proven hustles you could start with your grant money, like right now. First up, small-scale farming. A startup cost as low as 20 Rand for a packet of seeds. I mean, the barrier to entry is almost zero. In fact, our source material mentioned that one packet of cabbage seeds could potentially bring in 2,000 Rand in just 3 months. So the key is to choose the right crop and use your space really wisely. Next, one for all the storytellers and experts out there, online blogging. If you've got a smartphone, you've got a platform. It's that simple. For around R250, you can get a data plan and just start sharing what you're passionate about. Success here really comes from finding your niche, what you love to talk about. And platforms like Opera News Hub even pay per view, so there's a clear path to making money. How about the coolest hustle? Literally, selling ice cream, or homemade yogurt. You can get an ice-making machine for as little as R219. To really succeed, it's all about location, location, location. Set up where the people are, like a local park or a market, and then stand out from the crowd with some creative, high-quality flavors. Okay, this next hustle is a real game changer because it uses the power of e-commerce. You can build an entire online store for zero cost using free platforms. And here's the really clever part. You don't even need your own products. You can partner with local businesses, sell their stuff on your site, and just take a commission on each sale. It's a total win-win. And finally, a classic service business that always has demand, a car wash. A hand vacuum can cost less than 100 Rand. You just start simple, a basic wash, and then as your reputation and profits grow, you can invest in more equipment and offer premium services like waxing and detailing. Now, these aren't just theories on a screen. These are real-life stories of people who actually turned their grant into a thriving business. Let's meet a few of them. So, meet Zusife emotionally. Using her grant money at just 18 years old, she launched her own clothing brand, Danku Clothing. And get this, on her very first day, she sold over 100 items. That's what I call turning a small seed into an immediate harvest. And this is Mavis Maluleka from Limpopo. She started a simple hustle, baking and selling muffins at her local clinic. Today, she earns up to 400 Rand a day. Think about that for a second. That's more than her entire monthly grant every single day. And over in the Northern Cape, you've got Clemmy Mohapi. He used his grant to start a pizza business that has become so popular, it's now a beloved favorite in his town. It's become a part of the community. What do all these stories prove? That it is absolutely possible. It's about so much more than just the money. It's about your mindset, your grit, and your determination. Now it's your turn to take these ideas and make them your own. Ultimately, it all boils down to a choice, doesn't it? You can wait for an opportunity and let your circumstances define you, Or you can create your own opportunity and define your own circumstances. One is passive, the other is active. And that active choice, well, that depends on your grit and your determination. So remember that R350 is more than just a grant. It really is a seed. It's a start. The only question left is the one you see right here on the screen. You have the seed. What will you grow?